All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game, well, between Th000 and WFZ. Th000 spawning here as the red human player at what I'll call the 9 or 10 o'clock position. Meanwhile, over here we see WFZ spawning as the blue undead. Another reason I don't know why the things aren't animated properly. Can't really tell or fix it. Maybe they'll be fixed next time, but do know I will click on the buildings to try and show you what is going on. Population counts are once again completely wrong, so I will just go ahead and hide that tab. Undead versus human in this 1v1 matchup here on Turtle Rock should be a great game for you guys. I always say that, and well, sometimes you just have to hope for the best. Now, what is going to be going down here? I do expect to see a lot of pretty much standard play Altar of Darkness, followed by ghouls and decrypt fiends, obsidian statues, destroyers, maybe even see some siege engines. Now, anyone who says that, well, siege engines are an overpowered unit, remember a couple of key factors when you go ahead and talk about how balanced or unbalanced a particular game is. Human players, in order to get multiple workshops, which is what you need in order to build a mass siege engines, you need to have an expansion. Getting that expansion, yes, human players do have a general easy time trying to set up their expansions, at least easier than undead, but lately we've seen a lot of undead players be able to shut down those expansions at well. When you get to the end game, that end point where, oh my gosh, I'm an undead player and my opponent is attacking me with 5-6 siege engines, they're broken. There were probably moments along the way where your opponent could have stopped, you could have stopped your opponent from getting that many siege engines as well. That is often one of the things that you have to consider when talking about balance, where, oh my gosh, my opponent was attacking me with an 80-80 army and and it absolutely just destroyed me. Like, well, you can't really say that that particular unit is too strong, especially if that army is perhaps, 15 supply larger than you. And then the same way as well, you have to also consider weapon items on those heroes and the level of your heroes. Hello, Aria. I'll fix your shirt later, okay? Yeah, okay.
Is it wrong?
Yeah, it is wrong. I will go ahead and fix it later. Okay? Don't go into the camera. I'll fix your shirt later, okay? Yeah, I guess you can stay right behind me. Anyways, Archmage, Militia, now going to go ahead and engage Peasants, actually out of Militia mode, as the Death Knight should be able to get an easy kill there. Death Knight now trying to make a little bit of a run to get away, as the Death Knight is backing off. Not quite sure what happened with these Peasants. It looked as though perhaps they were called to arms, but was shift-clicked and was not able to actually join in on any serious fighting. Let's take a look back across here. Archmage trying to finish off that skeletal minion. One more shot should do it, and it does get the experience. Long ball from downtown, getting in that final shot there, as the Archmage is now going after this 4-1-1 creep camp. Alright, my daughter heading upstairs to do a little bit of reading, expanding her mind. Meanwhile, Sea Turtle hatching will get taken down. Archmage was able to pick up the item, and I believe the Archmage... No, I do not believe the Archmage got all the experience. The Death Knight looks like it was able to take down the level 4 turtle in that exchange. But let's see what's going to be happening next. You do see Footman hiding back off to the north here. Archmage is running around, does have boots of speed. And we do see, well, the line of Militia now making its way over here to the 11 o'clock position. Now, WFZ knows exactly what he needs to do to try and stop or at least punish his opponent for setting up this expansion. Footmen are all here looking to get damage onto that Death Knight. Low hit point Militia could easily get Death Coil taken out. And with that, well, Death Coil onto that unit there gets to level 2. And now we do, in fact, have Unholy Aura. All right, lots of damage being added up. Forest Troll Warlord, who is going to get the experience? Let's take a look. Archmage, if it gets to level 3, will be gaining the experience right here, being forced to just absorb a bit more damage that he doesn't want to do, as the Archmage does get to level 3 now. All right, Ogre Warrior, Footman, well, reflecting back a lot of damage as the skeletal minions are actually starting to feed a little bit more experience as well. Death Knight going up against the Archmage. Archmage trying to put pressure back onto the Death Knight. Death Knight down to 107 hit points. Is the Death Knight going to try to make its way back as the Crypt Fiend now going to join in on the fight? All right, Archmage. Does the Archmage get the experience? I don't believe so. Death Knight gets the kill from that Crypt Fiend. Perfect timing from WFZ to get that last bit of experience right there, getting the majority of that gold, which is what? Restart. Remind me in 12 hours. Goodness. As we now take a look at the town hall, going to get cleared out here. All right, distractions just popping up all over the place as the footmen now trying to go after that Death Knight. Death Knight, however, does have Unholy Aura, should be able to get in there and perhaps cause a little bit of havoc. Water Elemental is in position, going to go after these skeletal minions. One poor peasant going to be taking a little bit of damage as the Death Knight, well, going after the footmen right here. All right, Water Elemental taken down. There goes one death once more as the Archmage now finally shows up to the party. Archmage does have boots of speed of its own. Will it be able to catch up on that distance? And looking to do a great job there. Another final shot down to 5 hit points. And that Crypt Fiend really getting into harm's way to try to close in on that distance. Is the Archmage going to be able to catch up? That is the big question right now. Trying to close in on that distance. Will it be able to find it? And the Archmage is just madly running after that Death Knight. Death Knight, is it going to be able to get away? Oh my goodness, the Death Knight backed away. Was up to 45 hit points anyway because of the passive regeneration. And, well, is going to be hiding out on Blight for a little bit of time. Death Knight sitting at level 2. We are upgrading the Black Citadel. Does it have a potion of healing? No, it does not. As you see, the Water Elemental is coming here to bear gifts. Is it going to be able to finish it off? That is the question now, as we are getting in a little bit of damage. All right, Archmage is still right here. Death Knight already up to 140 hit points. As you can see, that Unholy Aura and Blight regeneration is extremely helpful. Water Elemental getting dropped back down once more, and the Death Knight has a very, well, difficult proposition. It does not want to get within combat range of all of these units as the Lich now finally makes its way out. Footmen with Defend. Are they going to be able to dive in here and get a lot of damage onto perhaps some of these Crypt Fiends? Death Coil does save one. Frost Nova goes down, as well as the Crypt Fiend now trying to back away. Beautiful Micro trying to save all these units, but still a Crypt Fiend gets taken out. Death Knight in trouble, trying to run back away. Is it going to be able to get away? Down to 56 hit points. Archmage in a little tough spot. Summons a Water Elemental in front of himself. Now unable to get to the back here as the Archmage now needs a Scroll of Town Portal himself to get out of a dicey situation. Back off to the north here. Arcane Vault has been started and will be completed in record fashion as there is 7 peasants working on that Arcane Vault. A Clarity Potion in addition to a Scroll of Regeneration should be used. Where are the remaining units? Perhaps there were some footmen trying to make their way back. How come I don't see regeneration as of yet? Nope, there it goes. Finally being used as we don't have a Scroll of Town Portal. Interesting, as we are looking to set up a very strong economy here. Water Elemental trying to get some damage as the Lich may be able to do a bit of damage here. Archmage coming back. Well, perhaps it is going to be able to block any sort of retreat here. Lich is now heading back up here, and now this is going to be a problem. The Lich will have to try to escape, and by running away from his base, at least for a little while, or running past a lot of units. All right, there's the footmen. A lot of them just making their way back down to the south. So what we can see, a couple of obsidian statues now trying to get away, as we are going to be seeing the scout tower and the guard tower both getting canceled. Yeah, canceled right there. No experience given. Meanwhile, the obsidian statue has taken a fair bit of damage as the Death Knight now tries to wander back. Archmage back at the other end saying, you know what? I'm just going to put more pressure back in your base again. Let's see how you handle all of this as the Archmage now low on mana, unable to drop any additional water elementals as we now see destroyers up in the air. Destroyers getting in big damage. Nerubian towers and spirit towers coming across as well as we're looking at, well, a footman. Is it going to be able to fight back against all of these units? Lich does get up to level 2 as the Death Knight, well, I believe the destroyer or a footman was taken down there, hence the level, as the Death Knight was not yet close enough. Death Knight sitting at level 3 does have an Orb of Corruption, can easily get damage across multiple units as the Acolytes are just trying to run away. They're trying to mine by themselves but unable to do so. Now footmen are going to end up taking down a couple of Acolytes, but I don't know if I like this trade by Th000. You can see a lot of damage is going to be done here if the Death Knight and the Destroyer is able to get these easy kills, which I do believe they'll be able to do. The Destroyer could have easily chased down another footman here. in another shot, and that would have been a lot more experience. Now, Archmage is showing back up to the party, gonna try and finish off. There is a Water Elemental. That should... Oh, Water Elemental able to pick off the Destroyer. No Devour Magic. And WFZ with the unfortunate loss right there. Archmage now trying to run back here. We are getting up a new Arcane Vault. Multiple guard towers. No sign of a Mountain King as of yet, as the footmen are trying to run all the way to the back here. Is it going to get taken out? It is already down to 461 hit points as it is trying to, well, engage right here. Horrible spot to be in. Down to 195, 74, 31, and gets taken out again. Though getting 2 lucky kills onto Destroyers. I can't describe it any other way. 2 lucky kills. That's 10 supply difference on both sides, considering the Death Knight could have easily death coiled and healed them back up. All right, a little bit of a misplay by WFZ. There is also more experience for that Archmage as well, as the Archmage now sitting at level 4, trying to get closer to level 5. Mountain King, oh no, Paladin being added first as that hero. As we are looking at Castle, Masonry upgrades, level 2 now getting, or level 1 now getting researched, as the Death Knight now going to make its way over. Death Knight should be able to get in some easy shots off here once again. Death Knight trying to run back away. There's an ensnare down onto a Destroyer. If this Destroyer gets taken out, that would be absolutely horrible for WFZ, losing 15 supply of Destroyers so needlessly. Destroyer, all right, let's take a look. Destroyer up in the air, trying to get away, down to 267 hit points, and now down to 208. 198 gets taken out by the remainder of the creeps. Skeletal minions decide to back off here. Archmage just trying to hide off to the side. What is going on? Gonna engage here. Is it gonna drop some water elementals? No, it is not, as we see the Death Knight now looking to go after the remainder of this creep camp here, getting to level 4. Crypt Fiend still putting in pressure. Lich still right here. No Frost Nova, surprisingly, as we now see a Staff of Teleportation. Crypt Fiend's going to come across, deal some damage here. Archmage looking to push all of those units back again, as the Lich does have a very potent attack, and now the Archmage does throw down Blizzard. Now that Blizzard is ready to go, let's take a look. These Crypt Fiends are going to be backing off here. We do not see WFZ incorporating that style of mass obsidian statues into Destroyers that has been so common on my channel. I don't know if it's been common in the meta. Perhaps they have been able to figure out a way to deal with it, as there is still 1 Destroyer in the air now. Destroyer going after the Archmage. Archmage taking a large bit of damage. Now needs to pull back. Holy Light does save Death Coil onto the Destroyer there, as the Archmage has to be in a little bit of trouble, as all of the Crypt Fiends do get away. Death Knight with that Unholy Aura, level 2. Those Crypt Fiends are moving much faster than they normally would, as the Archmage Blizzard isn't really hitting anything, but causing or creating a little bit of a zoning effect. Back down here, you can see Black Citadel, 49 over 50 supply. We are getting more Obsidian statues. Only 3 Obsidian statues are going to be ready in total. No, 4. So with 4 Obsidian statues, that may be enough to do that whole entire absorb mana effectively to take down a lot of these towers. These towers are very, very closely positioned together, and with only, well, level 2 Masonry upgrade, we'll see how all of that unfolds. Surprising strategy to go after Griffins at this stage. The Griffins are only going to be useful to counter the Obsidian statues, not very useful against Crypt Fiends. The Skeletal Minions are all on timed life and not the main threat. As you see now, the Destroyers are doing exactly what we expected. They're just trying to absorb mana and then head out. So this is going to be that mass mana, but I believe they did it a bit too far away. They are losing mana, and quickly, as they are now going to try and dive on in. Here we go. Here come the Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend's going to absorb that damage, and now tower number 1 going to get destroyed in a pretty much 3 seconds. Tower number 2 going to fall right down behind it as well. Are we going to see more of those towers getting taken down as well? As you can see, more damage getting added. Another Frost Nova, another tower could get destroyed, as the Destroyers are just living up to their namesake right now. Obsidian statue in the backfield, healing up a lot of these units. Low hit point Destroyer going to get taken out. Beautiful micro on the towers, but perhaps just wasn't out of range enough. Guard towers, Destroyer down to 466, as this is going to end up getting lost. Teleporting back the other side, you can see, well, there was Cloud being used to try and take down some units as the Archmage is now in a bit of trouble. Is it going to be able to survive? Down to 489 hit points. Could get surrounded here. Archmage in serious trouble. Does have a potion of lesser invulnerability and uses it in time, followed by a heal. Death Coil Frost Nova was most likely in the works, but not in time there, as the Death Knight still trying to do a bit of chasing. Death Knight does have a wand of mana stealing, steals a bit of mana, going after those units. You can take a look. Archmage is in serious trouble. Death Coil Frost Nova as the Death Knight, well, Paladin gets into harm's way to try and save that Archmage. Archmage, Staff of Sanctuaries, the Paladin, after the Paladin takes a hit in the back. And the Mountain King, well, where is it? Archmage is going to go ahead and teleport to it in order to get away from all of that action. All right, all of these guard towers here are going to be difficult to try and take down. Wait, we do have more obsidian statues being added. Where are the rest of the destroyers? Were the destroyers lost here? The destroyers are looking for targets and hasn't found them yet. Griffins now going after ghouls, and this, I guess, is the strategy, to go after the base and just say, you know what, at any given point, you need to defend your base much more than I do. All right, there's the Blizzard. Well, Spirit Tower now under distress as we see the Cloud just causing some sort of disruption web down across here. Spirit Tower number 1. Oh, could get taken down. Yes, it does. Acolyte's going to get destroyed as the units are now just in a mad rush back. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal. More and more units going to get taken down here. Are the units going to be able to get away? There goes another Acolyte. Staff of Sanctuary saves the unit as the Archmage says, you know what? I don't want to be here any longer. I'm just going to go away. All right, heading back, well, to the expansion. You can take a look. Mountain King still sitting at level 2 with the Talisman of Evasion. Archmage and Mountain King with this army should be able to easily creep out a lot of creep camps, except for the fact that there are no water elementals to absorb that damage. Lich going after the Gargantuan Sea Turtles here. WFZ, well, doesn't like what he's going up against. I am sure of it, as the Paladin should be back here ready to go. Where is the Paladin? Paladin is... Paladin is off over here, and it looks like he picks up some additional items. All right, Destroyer is going to go to town here. Archmage, is the Mountain King going to be able to do very much? Not really, as the Archmage does get to level 5. Units are going to perhaps be trying to reposition themselves all over, as the Dragonhawk Riders are in the air, and no animal war training as of yet. Griffin still sitting at 825. This is 575. I believe it goes up to 700, as the destroyers are just, well, hanging around here. But should they be going after the guard towers, that is the better target. Now, Skeletal Minion is going to be able to finish off a lot of these units here. Guard towers, as soon as they are up, are going to really spell waste to all of these destroyers. A little bit of miss micro there, as the units are now heading back off to the north. Archmage with Dragonhawk Riders and with Blizzard, perhaps hoping to get another, Cloud onto here and then stop any sort of mining. All right, Destroyers are looking to pull back here. Meanwhile, Mountain King and Paladin are lying in wait, perhaps waiting for where the other targets could possibly be. Archmage still running around in circles, not quite sure what's going on, as the Paladin and Mountain King are going to be able to get to level 3 and level 1. Archmage still running around here. Let's take a look. No animal war training. We are going into workshops now. Dual workshops here. We do see some Griffin Riders in the air as well. We do see, Dragonhawk Rider is going to go ahead and engage. Mountain King going to be absorbing a lot of that damage. As you can take a look, the Dragonhawk or the Griffin Riders are going after the Forest Troll Berserkers and the Forest Troll High Priest instead of trying to finish off the remaining units. All right, just sit right here, okay? Yeah, you can watch here. All right, Ogre Lord gonna go ahead and get taken out. Meanwhile, back at the base once more, Blizzard just being rained down on the Black Citadel, as the Black Citadel is able to do a bit of damage, trying to get just outside of range of that attack. Meanwhile, Lich getting closer to level 5 as the Death Knight gets a little bit of some bonus items, 2 potions of invulnerability. Mountain King, Mountain King, what item does he have? He has a Hood of Cunning, as the Lich and the Death Knight just trying to pick up all the consumables in the center. Archmage going toe-to-toe right now. Mountain King, I don't see where the Paladin is. Where is that Paladin? Did the Paladin get taken out while creeping? Oh, I guess he did. Paladin was lost while creeping. As you can take a look, well, there are a couple of destroyers just flying overhead. As we now see ghouls getting picked off. No more lumber. That is going to be a big problem. Meanwhile, all the acolytes in a run again, trying to get away from all of that fighting. All right, let's take a look. Griffins now going after the Black Citadel. Acolytes are going to try and repair. They are going to get pelted wave after wave of blizzard. As we now see the Archmage is in trouble. Archmage now being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get out. Flying Machine gets taken down in the process. But all the Acolytes are, well, pretty much alive and still kicking. Paladin should be back out onto the field. Where is it? There it is, right underneath all of those units here. A lot of healing going across. Taking a look at the supply count, we are looking at 49 over 72 compared to 51 over 60. The gold mining is 20 gold a second right now compared to 7. Almost 3 times the difference in terms of mining, as the Mountain King turns around, gets a Stormbolt off, and then probably wish he didn't do that. All right, Mountain King trying to get away. Staff of Sanctuary takes him back to the castle, as all of the units are now still in a massive retreat. Flying Machines will have to now deal with, I thought I saw a panda. Yes, Pandarin Brewmaster going to be able to Breath of Fire and blow out of those units out of the sky, as the destroyers are once again going after the guard towers. Guard tower number 1 already down. Panda, Breath of Fire, you can take a look. Well, more focus fire onto those destroyers, down to 173 hit points, being forced to back up again, as there is no more units to try and repair. Archmage says, you know what, I can play at this game. I can harass your only base and do it again. Griffins, Flying Machine still overhead. Staff of Sanctuary saves that unit once more. Scroll of Town Portal as all of the units landing back down again, going after an easy Flying Machine. Death Knight sitting at level 5, Lich sitting at level 5, Panda sitting at level 1, as all of the units are trying to regroup. Paladin has a Staff of Sanctuary, so does the Mountain King, so does the Archmage. There may not be another death of an expensive unit from the human army for quite some time, as the Flying Machines are now ready to engage. All right, there you go, attacking back. Blizzard onto all of those units. The Obsidian statue perhaps should get focused down here, as the Panda, down to 71 hit points, is able to escape back away. All right, you can take a look. More and more Blizzard being brought down. Unfortunately, the web placing that one Dragonhawk Rider in range of the Blizzard. Mountain King and Paladin still engaging here, as the Flying Machines are just getting completely picked apart. One destroyer down to 12 hit points. Looks like it will survive, as that was not a good exchange for Th000. Paladin able to Staff of Sanctuary back a lot of units. Or when I say a lot, I guess two units are Staff of Sanctuary back home, and they'll be able... Yep, it is a bird. It's a griffin. Oh, there's 2 griffins. Is that 2 griffins? Yep, there is actually 2 griffins right there. So yeah, 3 units there. Okay. Panda now ready to go after the giant sea turtle once more. The 4 destroyers are in the air. It is causing problems for all of the units that are not destroyers, as a lot of acolytes and ghouls have been taken down. Up where? That's a Flying Machine. Yeah, those are griffins.
So they might be a problem to the destroyers?
No, the griffins are good against everything except the destroyers. The destroyers are immune to magic. All right, ready to engage back down here to the south. Mountain King sitting at level 4. Paladin sitting at level 2. Ogre Lord going to take a lot of damage here. Holy Light, Claws of Attack plus 12. Paladin going to pick that up, and all of a sudden, his attacks deal a lot more damage. Paladin almost getting a 50% base on the low end. You've never seen this item? Claws of Attack plus 12?
No, the little horseshoe guy that's floating and they look like just something to pick it up.
Oh, the Rune of Healing. Yeah, Rune of Healing, you do not actually get to pick it up. You just use it immediately. That's why you never see the item in the backpack.
Never saw that.
Yep. Mountain King and Paladin, level 4, level 3. Fly Machines just flying around. Undead, unable to mine anymore. And I think we can already see the beginning of the end is on the wall. Fly Machines now going after all the destroyers. Crypt Fiends finally shooting the web down. More Flying Machines showing up to the party. Panda does have Breath of Fire, but for some reason is not using that. Should get the Breath of Fire off. Oh, another Stormbolt coming back in. Oh, Breath of Fire does go down. Okay, the animation It does not actually show the fire, but perhaps he got multiple Breath of Fires off as the Mountain King and the Paladin are still battling out. Crypt Fiend getting taken out right here. Staff of Sanctuary saving a unit. Breath of Fire going across multiple units once more as all the units are trying to run away. Crypt Fiend's getting taken down. Panda in a bit of trouble, out of mana now, getting Storm Bolted. Without that Rune Bracers, he would most likely be dead. Still dead because of a bash as the Mountain King gets to level 5. Level 5 Mountain King, level 3 Stormbolt. He could have turned around, sent that flying damage, already adding back up as the Death Knight is now sitting at level 6. Still no expansion over here at the other end as the Lich and the Death Knight now looking to back up again. Are we perhaps going to be looking at Death and Decay once more as the Mountain King and Paladin trying to get away? Paladin with so many claws of attack up to plus 27 damage. There's another Stormbolt as the Death Knight could easily get a Death Coil off to try and save. Archmage still in good position here. Paladin still okay right now as well. Perhaps trying to add up more damage again. All right, Staff of Sanctuary saves the Paladin once more as the Death Knight still has plenty of mana. No real reason to go after any of these units as the Crypt Fiend, where is it going off to next? Yep, I'll call that a squadron of flying machines since they're mechanical. Flying machines now in flight, trying to figure out where they're going to be going next. Mining is going to be very difficult. Flying machines do have the bombs, and they are going to bombard that poor flying, or that poor Crypt Fiend right there. The attack is slow, but it is better than nothing. And, well, a lot of nothing, or a lot of something, was able to finish that off. Death Knight now makes its rounds across here, looking to try and finish off this base before it gets up and operational. Unable to finish this as the Lich going to get some easy kills on some fleeing peasants. Flying machines, where are they going to be going next? Acolyte, is it going to get caught in transit? Let's take a look. There is still a Spirit Tower right here as we are going to be looking at the Altar of Darkness taking a lot of damage. Altar of Darkness in serious trouble. Is it going to be able to escape? Blizzard now at the back end. All of those Acolytes could get taken out. You can see so many of them trying to run away. One of them unable to do so as you still see the Acolytes still trying to get some more repairs off. Panda gets in a big Breath of Fire. All of those units fall out of the sky, but the Altar of Darkness is now gone. Siege engines making their way over to try and take down the Black Citadel. 26 supply as the Undead heroes having a difficult time trying to keep all of these buildings up. Only heroic damage going up against the fortified armor of these siege engines, and these siege engines look like they will live to fight another day. Archmage using the cooldown of that Staff of Sanctuary very, very efficiently as peasants are also coming to repair. Guard towers being upgraded down across here. Still more mining happening, but right now, can WFZ mount up a large enough army to get back? Yep, these destroyers do look like birds. You're right. Like a birdie. I'm sorry, a birdie. All right, Death Knight now making its rounds over. Going to try and finish off this guard tower before it gets up. It is going to go ahead and get canceled there. 3 heroes, level 6, level 5, level 3, with only a handful of items trying to go up against another army here. For 37 over 72 supply, army sizes are about the same as the Death Knight now is being brought over. Finds 3 guard towers in a very bad spot. Panda now in a bad way. Breath of Fire heading across multiple units there as the flying machines are trying to go after the destroyers. No mana. The destroyers going after the Panda. Panda gets taken out, and with the Panda gone, the chances of easy destruction on those flying machines are pretty much nil as you're looking at all of those units trying to run away. All right, Bash, Holy Light, Death Coil, but not enough. A little bit late, and that is the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My apologies. Some of the animations were not loaded properly, hence hard to keep track of Breath of Fire, Death Coil, and the death of some of those units. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.